Yo, what is good, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It is your boy Omni X-Ray, and today for you guys, I just wanted to make a review on the game. Now, I put about 200 plus hours into the game. I really wish games like this would just add a timer just to tell you how long you've been playing the game. I really do, because it's not like a bragging right. You look, you wasting your life away just sitting behind a screen playing a game. Some people really like that stat to see how long they've put into a game, and even on PS5, I'm not sure if Xbox does it now, but on PS5 it does tell you exactly how many hours that you put into a game. And I do like to brag about that with some my friends and be like, oh, I put ABC amount of hours in ABC game, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like more games should just include a how long you've been in here. This is how long the game's been active, whether that's just you standing or not. I mean, it still shows volumes of how much you like to play the game. So I wish more games would do that, but they don't. For the most part, I've gotten just about everything in the game done. I have no side quests really. There's a few side quests out there in the open that I'll see pop up that I just honestly have not went and grabbed. Probably end up doing all of that before we get to 1.1, so that way I'm completely caught up, and that way I don't have to backtrack later on to do this stuff when we got 4 or 5 brand new regions and stuff like that. So for the most part, I've 100% a few locations here. I'm not 100%ing everything because I'm just lazy and I don't feel like looking really hard for like 2 or 3 chests. I don't care for it. I'm gonna eventually do it anyway because I mean it looks good to have all 100 across the board, so I'm eventually gonna do it regardless. I just wanted to pretty much give my review now that the game's been out for a good little grip now, and just kind of explain my thoughts on the game. How do I think the game can perform or do better? I want to start off with the story. Obviously everybody knows the story from chapter 5 to 6, that it's great, absolutely wonderful. But the first few chapters of the game are really like sluggish, and I kind of wanted to give the story like a 6 out of 10 because of that. But due to the fact that 5 and 6 were so enjoyable for me, and as I go back and I watch like other people play through it, and I can kind of see like the just see their reaction as well, I feel like 5 and 6 really made the story a 9 out of 10 for me. And the reason why I think that is specifically it was one scene where you and the general were going into the chest cavity of the like giant statue where it's like glowing purple and stuff before you get ready to go fight Dreamless. That scene right there sold me 300%. I was so hyped when I seen that. I didn't even know what to do or how to fathom like that was like fucking fire. Like, what do you mean? Like, we need more of this shit like that. So and then the conclusion with you and general taking out Dreamless inside of the little area, that was all just like an anime movie. Like, you can tell their budget went to that part right there specifically, and they wanted to show off as much as they possibly could. That actually made me want to pull for the general. I was going to skip general and completely, and then I seen that and I was like, dude, I have to get him. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have to get him. Not even the gameplay for him had me like interested in playing him. Once I got to that point, I was just like, you know, that's crazy. And if you guys know, in some of the story parts, so you did talk to the original general, well, the previous general, if he pops up somehow and we can get a character for him, bro, he's gonna be fucking fire. I'm ready for that. I don't know if they're gonna do that, but that would be nice. Another highlight from the story, of course, everybody knows Scar. Like, if Scar comes out, I might have to go take a little loan out to get that man max. I'm not even gonna cap to you, bro. It's just too drippy for me not to want to get him, and hopefully he comes out soon as well. Story for the most part for me now that I've been sat with it for a little while, thought about it, and just went back over all of it 1 through 6. I can clearly say that I enjoyed it, and I would definitely give it a 9 out of 10. I'm not gonna give it a 10 out of 10 because, like I said, it definitely needs improvement for those first 3 chapters. If you're new to the game and you want to get in, it doesn't draw you in. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no movie, anime-esque movie type of ordeal that's going on in the first parts that really make you interested. Kind of just wake up, you're talking to females, y'all go to the city. The whole city part is you going to the magistrate, and she gives you clues and hints for stupid stuff that doesn't really connect when she could have just told you herself. And it's like a whole like, oh, you gotta wait 3 days till she come back. Yeah, that was all, I don't know, it was just crazy. But for the most part, I do enjoy most of the story, and I would give it a solid 9 out of 10. Next, I want to talk about the gameplay. There's no comparing the gameplay, bro. The gameplay is a 1,000 out of 10. I don't care what nobody says. You're dumb as hell if you think the combat is not enjoyable in this game, and everybody thinks the combat is enjoyable. And crazy thing is, I actually had a comment the other day. It was a long ass paragraph, but essentially the dude was trying to tell me how to use Yu, and I was just like, I get where you're coming from, but this is a single player game. If I want to play a character the way that I want to play a character, and I think that that character works that way, that's kind of how I'm going to play the character. I don't even use the general's like little pokey shit that he does, like where he, you know, spams the fucking shit. I don't even use that a lot when I'm actually playing with him. So when people like comment on the way that you play a single player game, I don't care for optimization. I don't care to be the most optimal user in the game. That's not me. This game doesn't have to, you don't have to do that. that. You can just squares, you know what I'm saying, click, 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 and keep it pushing. You know what I'm saying? You can switch out the way that you want to play and do how you want to do. So for combat wise, I think it is literally 1,000 out of 10. There's nothing better that I've played recently in terms of gacha games that would make me want to just experiment with different characters and just play different styles. You can literally have the exact same team that I have here, and your playstyle could be completely different from my playstyle. It's just that variant of the way that you play and how you play it that makes the combat that much enjoyable. Not everybody has to be sitting out here doing optimal combos for A, B, C, D, and E. I personally still don't. They even have a whole training mode in the game, and I personally go in there and don't even follow the combos that they're teaching you in the game, because that's just not how I wanted to play that. I didn't like to do that move. I didn't want to go in the air and do the whole thing where he jumps up and slams down. Like, I do it every once in a while, but once again, like, it's not mandatory for you to be playing completely optimal in this game, and I do appreciate that. I just find it funny when some people just be on other people's comments, that's not how you play this character, or A, B, C, D, E, F, G. I don't care. It doesn't matter. This is a single player game. I don't care if I'm not getting the same amount of DPS in 30 seconds that you are. I really don't. So just that individuality of you actually being able to pick and choose how you want to play, that combat really is what drew me to the game from the get-go, just from seeing closed beta test gameplay from months ago. So, gameplay fantastic, absolutely love it. The world in this game, I didn't think I was going to like the world in this game that much, but as I explored and I realized the amount of verticality that the map exuded, like, it's just so much verticality. There's a lot of underground areas, there's a lot of up areas. As you guys obviously see, the city here, you know, is obviously a huge mountain. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much everywhere you see, you can go. And the traversal mechanics and the way that you move through the world, all of that just combines to make the experience that much better. I played Genshin, and I played at least 150 hours of Genshin maybe, but I'm not a avid hardcore Genshin like player or nothing like that. I don't really get on every single update, at least check out something. I can barely even log into the game, you know what I'm saying? So when I got to this game and the movement was so fluid, you were going through the cities like a motherfucking ninja, like, all of this shit feels good, and it reminds me a lot of like the Ninja Gaiden games. I don't know if that, like, if that's just me. Obviously it's a little bit more verticality in there, where Ryu is going fucking crazy and jumping off ABC building and wall and stuff like that. The zip line and the way that you move kind of reminded me a lot of Ninja Gaiden. So I really did enjoy that. And like I said, the world overall is just beautiful. It's so many locations in the game, especially over where the tree is, where the giant pink tree that's over there. All of those areas just give an atmosphere, and it kind of tells a story as you go through it. And of course, each zone has their own personal quest that will progress the zone forward and a lot more features for you, just quote unquote more areas. So for me, I really enjoy the way that the world was built. I do think the verticality is what is giving it a strong suit. They can put a whole continent in the game, and if it was a desert, as long as that desert got like sinkholes and we can go down in like a cavern or something like that, dude, I'd be happy, because they know how to do verticality. It's not to the point to where you got a grapple hook and you're barely using it. No, this is becoming a main staple. It's something that you're going to be experimenting with as you go through. And I know a lot of people made tech and stuff like that where you can essentially like do a double jump, and you know what I'm saying, like a triple jump. Like, that's crazy, you know what I'm saying? Like, just the movement in general for characters, all of that stuff is really good. For me, the world, it's got to be a 10 out of 10. I really enjoy it. I don't find any place that's a drag or dull. I do wish there was a few more city areas, but maybe we'll get those as we progress through the game and we get more areas unlocked, which actually would provide a reason for it to be a city other than for a main city. In future updates, they will improve on like city and optimization wise. That is another thing too. The optimization for the city is a little shiesty sometimes, if I had to say so myself. But for the most part, the world, I absolutely love it. A lot of the character building and stuff like that are also intertwined into the world, so you'll hear things and it'll just give you a call back to certain characters or whatever the case may be. And speaking of characters, let's go ahead and move on to the next. Obviously, you guys know that we have quite a selection of resonators to play with in the game, and all of them have been interesting for me. Besides the little cat, the cat tiger dude, bro, everybody uses that same meme where it's like, oh, I didn't want you to see my bad side, and he does like the little weakest growl. Like, if they would have had him transform into like literally like a foaming mouth like tiger or something like that, they could have made that story so much better, and like had a little bit like, maybe if they would have had him rage out to the point to where he couldn't control himself, I think more people would have enjoyed it. and not even rage out to the point to where he was going to hurt anybody. Maybe just raged out against the enemy, and then he lost control while we were there, and then we had to stop him. I feel like they could have justified his story that he had, but I mean, he wanted to do a little growl and hiss, I guess. But other than that, everybody else I personally enjoy combat wise. The difference in like character tones and stuff like that. Like my boy Calcharo, that man said, "You ain't give me my money, I can't come help y'all." You feel what I'm saying? Like they're just slight stuff like that that builds the world up and makes it more enjoyable. Yeah, I just wanted to give a quick review of the game today for a video. Overall, out of everything in the game, I would have to give the game a solid 9 out of 10. It's really enjoyable. If you are on the fence of trying to decide if you want to play this game, bro, just play it. Just get through the first few chapters, try to figure out a character that you want to play with, and then go from there. And I promise you the game will open up. It'll feel a lot more enjoyable for you. And I have friends that do the exact same thing. They have no idea who any content creators are. They just hopped on. They enjoyed ABC aspects of this game and pointed out stuff that Genshin didn't even have, other games didn't even have. I feel like that was really good for building the community up, keeping everybody engaged and what's on the screen. You know what I'm saying? So that's it for this video. If you guys did enjoy this quick little rant, this little talk, it's nothing crazy. Appreciate you for watching all the way to the end. It's been your boy, I'm the X.